Hello there, how's it going? John Graves right now, and pretty much I just wanted to talk about QTEs. Quick time events that pretty much pop up in almost, or at least popped up in a lot of video games after Resident Evil 4 and Devil May Cry kind of successfully pulled those off. Honestly, I have a two-way split kind of with that, with the good and the bad between quick time events. So yeah, let me go ahead and get into that. So yes, the goods of quick time events. Practically, I do like quick time events, or better yet, they don't necessarily bother me. When they do work in Resident Evil, they work really, really well. When they work in games like God of War and Heavenly Sword and well, now I really can't say Lord of Shadow, but at the end of the day, it works for pretty much the most part. But give or take with most of the other games that do use it, or at least like for games that kind of overuse it. Now, honestly, I do kind of praise Resident Evil for it, but at the same time, I kind of have to give it a down mark for that because, truthfully, Resident Evil 6, it did have a few too many. But I'm gonna save that for pretty much the bad. The good is the fact that pretty much it pretty much gives the, or at least like when it's used like Resident Evil, it gives the player a sense of control. It gives you a sense of practically feeling like a professional player in knowing how this works and that works, and pretty much I can manipulate the enemy to do something which honestly isn't in the norm, and I kind of can exploit these damage spots so that I can get the most effective damage. Honestly, it does work for that, and also for other games who I think there's only 2 games which actually work that within their cutscenes, but like for the cinematic cutscenes in which that you do have to press a button, such as like Ashura's Wrath, something like that, it does pretty much work really well, along with the player kind of making you feel as that you are actually doing these motions and you are actually affecting Ashura and making him kind of become way more powerful and such. Now those are a few good. On the flip side of that, there are a few bad. Case in point, like how I said earlier, which was Resident Evil 6, in which that almost every single attack you had to either, or better yet, every single cutscene you had to do some type of motion wiggle, or had to go back and press a button and do this and that, and honestly, it felt a bit much in Resident Evil 5, and that was only for the forced running spots in which that you had to like instinctively press a button to pretty much survive. For 6, it is up to pretty much the point in which that it is like split second, and you can die instantly if you turn away from the screen for like for practically anything. The same thing can be said for video games in which they do also kind of take the same type of cinematic cutscenes. They implement them, but pretty much they add in button presses for practically no reason other than to just show a character, open a door or something like that, or jump off a plane. It's like, that's not really worth the quick time event. You're wasting my time here. And pretty much that is something of there. Pretty much I don't want to kind of be on this for too long, so pretty much I'm just going to boil it down to this. I don't have a problem. Well, now I know that I've only listed like off a few things, but honestly, again, I don't want to make this video super long. So pretty much I want to know, what do you guys think of quick time events? Do you like them? Do you hate them? Which games do you kind of let fly with it, and which games probably shouldn't even try and do it? Please let me know down there in the comment section. I will catch you on the next John Graves show. So please keep watching anime, keep playing video games. I am out.